Transforming lives for life. We can hear you.
A period of time, and then you invest. That's your saving. But now, when you say saving, so we as a people, we don't want you to save for that particular period of time. We look at it as if it's too long, and we don't have that time to waste according to us that we are saving. Now, we see here that patience is very, very needed here. And for us to get that particular, interest, for us to allow that compound interest to work in our favor, we have to apply that go. We have to apply that patience. We have to we have to be focused. I mean, now, how can we do that? I mean, how can we train our mind to save a particular period of time, I mean, and focus, go to it and that our desire goes. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that question, and I'll just paraphrase it for those of us who could not hear us very clearly. The question was simply that how can we transform ourselves to become who we should be in order to achieve what we want to achieve, vis-a-vis patience, discipline, consistency, timeliness, and just carry on. If you listen to that, you're going to find that what we are describing here, what you are describing, are values. What we regard in Ebony as virtues. You must be transformed from inside, because who you are right now cannot take you to where you want to be. And before you become what you want to become, you must first be transformed into that which you want to become before what you want to become becomes a reality. And you must become rich. Excuse me. Inside of you first before you can become rich outside. You must be rich in your mind before you can be rich in your wallet. So if in your mind you have not grown into a millionaire, it will be an endless struggle, because that is your real person. When you have transformed inside of yourself, you have renewed your mind, like we said before, your mind is your own, for crying out loud. Nobody else has the power over your mind as much as you do. So your mind is under your control. You must change your mind about your life. That's just the first thing. You must become angry at your own situation. You must become angry at this prospect of being born poor and then dying poor. You must become very angry about it. You must become uncomfortable with your current state. And you must build that mental picture of where you are going. The money is good, but it's not the money for the money's sake. It is the money for a purpose. So, one of the ways to drive you there practically is to have a purpose for the money you want to generate. There must be a purpose. I want to generate ₦1 billion. ₦1 billion in of itself is meaningless. What do I want to do with it? That's what matters. So it's what I want to do with it that I create a picture of that, physical or mental. And that is what I'm looking at each time I put down my money seed. That is what I'm looking at each time I resist the temptation to break my habit. That is what I'm looking at when I become tired and weary. So, there must be a purpose. We ourselves must become purpose-driven. That is why we said before that before you start anything, you must have a vision. Your vision will arise from your purpose. So that purpose, even when others abandon the project, that purpose keeps you going. So what is the reason why? If you cannot find a purpose, say my people perish for lack of vision. And I will stand and say my people perish for lack of purpose. When your life, once life is not purposefully driven, is not driven by purpose, then one can fall for anything. So your purpose, your overarching purpose, is the most important thing. Why do you want to become a millionaire? Why do you want to become a billionaire? Is it so that you can have some bragging rights? Or is it that you want to be the first person that turns around the story of your own family? Yes, you can decide that, enough of poverty in my generation. I want to be the first that will break that yoke. There's nothing wrong with that. So that becomes what is driving you on a daily basis. Because what's driving me, one person will be different from what's driving another. ₦1 billion in my hands is different from ₦1 billion in the hands of somebody else. Because of what we want to do with it. So that's so important. What do you want to do with it? Are you faithful to your own purpose? So when you become faithful to it, you find that the journey becomes a little easier because it is a very lonely road. It's a very, very boring assignment. It is a very, very unexciting voyage, so to speak. So you must start with a purpose. What do you want? And that purpose must be strong enough that will keep you awake day and night until you achieve. I hope I've answered your question. Yes, do we have any other question? Any other question? Yes, any other contribution? If there's no question, any other contribution? Yes, can we have John? John, are you there?